Welcome back to Learn SKN, and today we're going to continue looking at the January 2025 paper 2 for Principles of Business. We have completed questions number 1, 2, and 3, and so we're going to look at question number 4 today and question 5 after. And so you know what to do if you want to see when question 5 drops. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you know when we upload the question number 5. And normally, you know, module 3, question 5, normally the toughest one for most POB students, especially those who are not doing economics. So you might want to stick around for question 5. All right, so let's just jump into question number 4 for today. Question 4, in my opinion, is relatively straightforward. It's basically came from maybe just one chapter in the book, and that's the chapter on marketing. And so the first question here is asking us, list 4 methods of retailing. So all they're asking for is to list. So let's just list. We have a whole table here showing us methods of retailing. First one is shops. Those are things like your supermarkets, your mini marts, your mom and pop shop, your outlets, convenience stores. Those are shops. That's one. Number 2, department stores. Those are larger entities, large like malls, large everything's under one roof, where you can go in that particular department store. You might have an area for clothing, one for electronics, one for, let's say, produce. So those departments have different departments, as they say. Number 3, a more old school method of retailing, mail order, where you would look at the catalog, and you would look in the catalog and basically choose whatever in the catalog, send it to the company, and order it via mail, right? That's back in the day. People still do it today on a larger scale. When you have businesses who want to order specialized items, you look at the catalog, what they're offering, special equipment for a particular job, then you might have to order it via mail. Then, of course, you have the most popular one today. And one of the most popular ones is e-commerce. That's where you buy your stuff online, your Temu's, your eBay's, your Shein, your Amazon, your Walmart, your Target online, those things. Then, of course, another old school but still practical method is telemarketing, where you can conduct your business online, you buy your stuff online. And, of course, another convenient one is vending machines, where you can use a vending machine to buy your snacks, buy your drinks, buy a lot of different things today, right? So a vending machine open 24/7, that's one method of retailing also. So they just ask you to list. We list, we get to our 4 marks. For a more in-depth look at it, check the video on marketing. All right, describe each of the following terms of sales. So different ways of getting products in the hand of the final consumer, different way of selling, right? You have hire purchase, you have consignment, and you have a layaway. So layaway and hire purchase, normally for us who broke, so we can't afford to buy something straight up, so we just go and we start doing our little down payment on these things. They're similar but different, as we look at later on. So again, same chapter, just a table down, different terms of sale. You have hire purchase right here. This method is usually used for large and expensive items. The buyer makes a down payment and the outstanding balance is paid for over a longer period of time. An interest charge is included in the balance of payment. The time period can be from 1 year to 5 years. So hire purchase simply means you go quotes, and they say, okay, I want a washing machine. They say, okay, pay down 10%, 5%, whatever it might be, $1 sometimes when they have special. But you pay down something, and then you're able to take home that item and continue to pay for it while you're home. You don't own it until you completely pay for it, and at that point, you own it outright. But if you don't pay for it fully, they can come back and take it if you stop paying for that particular product. So that's hire purchase in a nutshell. Then you have consignment. Now what this speaks to is normally a business to business a business to business endeavor. Is normally an agreement between two businesses where one business can sell their products in another business, and then the business only pay for what is sold. So let's read what they have here. This is a trade arrangement made between businesses. The seller, the consignor, sells products to the purchaser, the consignee, who pays only for the items that they sell. After a certain period of time, the seller takes back any item that remain unsold. So let's break down this. For example, you have a supermarket, you have a bakery selling bread. What might happen is that a small bakery might take their bread into the supermarket to sell, but they only get paid for what is sold. the bread that is not sold, you as the bakery have to come back for that bread and take it back to wherever you got it from. So the supermarket doesn't pay for what is not sold. They only pay for what is sold. That's what consignment is about. The seller, the supermarket in this case, only pays for the bread that is sold. So let's, for example, you took 100 bread into the supermarket for sale as a bakery, and they only sell 50. The supermarket only pays for that 50. You now, as a baker, takes back the other 50 to do whatever you want with it, right? You take back your stale bread to either make breadcrumb or dispose of it however you see fit, right? So that's consignment. And the next one is, of course, layaway. Very similar to hire purchase, but the difference is that in the layaway, you basically go into a business and they say, okay, I want to purchase that, but I don't have the money right now. They say, okay, you can pay monthly. So you start paying whatever they agree upon to pay monthly, and then the store would take that item out of sale, but you do not take it home. You do not own it, right? They just take it out of the shop or out of the sale for sale until you pay off for it. So they hold it for you until you pay off for it, and after you pay off for it, you can take it home and you own it, right? So a buyer makes a down payment on a purchase of a product. The seller then removes the item from the shelf and holds it for the buyer, who then makes monthly payments until the item has been paid off in full. So you see the difference right there. So that's layaway. Just like that, we have our, how much that now? 2, 4, 6 marks, 2 marks each. Then now we're looking at state 4 functions of consumer organization. So we're looking at the consumer organizations. Their main aim is to basically protect the consumer from the predatory practices, the dishonest practices of businesses, and they're also there to give you your right, tell you your rights as a customer, right? Look right here. Consumer organization, they serve to inform customers about their own rights and responsibilities. And so what are some of their functions, responsibilities? That includes right here, advising consumers of their rights and responsibilities. So they let you know what your rights are when you go into an establishment, right? You go into a supermarket, a store, wherever, what your rights as a consumer, what your rights as a consumer is, right? What your rights are as a consumer. And so they let you know what you can and cannot do, what are your responsibilities as the consumer. So that's 1. 2, monitoring commercial activities to deter adverse trade practices while identifying issues affecting consumers. So what they're saying is that they basically act as a watchdog. They're looking out for you to see what company might be wanting to do, nefarious, dishonest things. And so when somebody watching you, you might say, okay, I'm not going to do it. Right? Because if a company knows that, a business knows that nobody watching, then they might be more willing to do nonsense, do dishonest things, do underhanded things. But when they know somebody monitoring them, watching them, they say, okay, somebody got the eyes on me, let me not do it. So that's one of the functions of the consumer organization, to monitor, see what's going on, to try to prevent businesses from acting the fool, right? And they also identify issues that would affect you, the customers. And next one, third one, receiving through outline our website and investigating consumer complaints. So they are there to be a source that the consumers can complain to, right? Sometimes you have an issue and you can go to the organization to complain based on what is happening, right? So they are there to take your complaints and do the investigation. Next one, conducting continuous field research into consumer needs, preferences as they relate to goods and services and prices. So they are there to keep doing the research, see what's happening, see what consumers like, do surveys, do questionnaires to get to understand what consumers want, what they prefer, and then they can relay that back to the businesses to help them to improve their goods, their services, their prices, etc. And of course, the next one is to advocate for consumers through attendance and participation at meetings for advisory bodies, and by testing and rating consumer products, right? So as an organization, you go to different events, different industry events to say, okay, this is what's happening, this is what's new, okay, now I know that, I can go and tell my customer base, right, what's happening. So they attend those meetings for us and our behalf. And they also do, some of them engage in testing, testing this product to see if it's good or not, to see what they say, is it what it does, give them a rating, that kind of thing. So those are some of the functions of the consumer organizations. 4 marks for that one. All right, a little mini case study. Venus Communications Limited provides mobile phone services to citizens of Peanut Island. The management of the company is concerned that the business is often openly criticized for its poor customer service, right? So they're asking us to explain one way in which poor customer service is likely to affect success of the business. So here we go. So poor customer service is never a good thing in an organization, in a business, because what happens is that it would cause you to lose customers and cause you to not get new customers. So because poor customer service can give you a bad name, a bad reputation, and so you can lose customers. And of course, if you lose customers, you're losing income, you're losing profit. And if you're not gaining new customers because they think you're a bad company, a bad business, again, no increased revenues, no profits, nothing like that. So that's one way in which it can, negatively impact your business. You lose customers and you also not get new ones. And you can see the fallout for that, meaning less revenue, less income, less profitability. Also, it can make you less competitive. And so people are going to leave you to go to your competition, because they hear that the competition offering the same thing, but with better customer service, then you're going to lose to your competition. You're not going to be very competitive because everybody's going to the better one. So that's the next way in which it impacts you. You lose your customers, your rivals become more competitive than you because they're beating you on customer service. Next one, you can lead to, a lawsuit or two, right? Based on what's happening. For example, you sold a product, but you have poor aftermarket service, customer service. Somebody who you could have talked down, might end up suing you because they can't get to you. You're not responding to them in a timely manner. They end up suing you. So you might lose more than just your income. You can lose more money. And your reputation, of course, is going to take a hit because of that, right? And so you can see how that can impact your business when you have poor customer service. We don't want that to be a part of our organization. Right here in the book, they say bad customer service experience can be extremely difficult for a business to recover from. Social media makes it very easy to rant online about the experience. Might be negatively affect your current customers as well as deter new customers. They see here that they're saying that you can lose repeat customers. You can get a poor brand image. People can sue you, legal action. Your staff might want to quit. They might have poor morale because they're working for a business that people see as negative, right? So those are some ways in which it can impact you. You don't want that. 3 marks for that one. The last question, still looking at the customer service. Explain how online chats or surveys can be used by management of Venus Communication Limited to improve the company's customer service. So we can look at this from 2 perspectives. One, by using online chats, you are able to show your customers that yes, you can reach me, you can contact me anytime if you have an issue. And so customers like that. And so they might be pleased to know that as a company, you're easy to contact, you're easy to get to reach when you have an issue. So that gives you a little, make you look good in the eyes of the customers. And then using surveys, then you have a direct link to your customers. So as a company, you can benefit from using surveys because you have a direct link to your customers, and they are going to give you the honest, raw feedback that you can now use to better your overall offerings, better your customer service. So you're able to get that direct connection, the direct answer, that direct feedback from your customers about what's going on, right? So you can either be proactive, reactive. You can either use the chat to solicit the help of your customer base to ask them, how can we improve ourselves? They'll give you feedback. Same thing for the survey. Or when customers see that you are reaching out to them, you are easily accessible, then they see you in a brighter light and they say, okay, this is a company I can get behind because I can reach them. They reach out to me. They kind of personalize that experience. I feel kind of special because they care about the customers, or at least I seemingly care about my customers. So you can see how you can use online chats and surveys to engage with your customers, get the real feedback, and still put it out there that you are a company that cares about what your customers say, cares about their feedback, cares about their issues. And so that gives you a better light, make you look make you seemingly more personalized, more able to reach your customers, And so overall, it's a positive step for you. I would improve your customer service because, again, accessible, you care, you want my feedback, you get my feedback, you use my feedback to improve your overall offerings, customer service. All right, so that is it for question number 4. Like I said, almost everything from that one chapter in the textbook, right? The marketing chapter. So like they went in and said, okay, let's put it based on this chapter. So very straightforward. So the next question is going to be question 5. So like, subscribe for when question 5 drops. Again, normally module 3 is where most students fall down. So you want to be around for question number 5. So like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you know when Learn SKN drops question 5. Alright, so thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.